Hello, Noxters. I apologize that it took so long to add that intro. This just happens to be the next video that I made. So you'll notice that we're really close to the paper, and that's because I need you to see these lovely tiny little graphs today, and as you've already figured out, my camera has terrible quality. So the closer we get, the less blurry they appear. Anyway, today we're going to be focusing on going from a graph to a rule. No middleman, no table. This should be really nice and fast once we pick it up. Oh, things got really dark on me for a second. Anyway, we're just going to work with what the camera gives us. So, a rule, we have this blank format for how to write a rule. M, as you guys should know by now, stands for growth. So growth is like how many tiles are being added in a tile pattern. It can also be seen on how much being added each time in a table. When we work with trees, it's how fast a tree is growing. That's your growth, right? Literally growth. How is it growing? And then beginning. Beginning is where do you start? Where's your origin? Where did you start? What is 0? So on a tile pattern, this is literally figure 0. On a table, it's wherever 0 appears. It's always 0. Just keep 0 in mind when you think of beginning. 0. Okay. So today we're going to work on how to take this and get it from here. Without a table, without any middleman, we're just going to stare at it and be like, haha, I know the rule. First thing we're going to find is growth. To do that, we need to make what's called a growth triangle. So in each of the problems today, you guys are going to be given 2 dots. You need to connect those dots and turn them into a triangle. A growth triangle. Okay? So then what you're going to do is you're going to write out the dimensions of your triangle. So for instance, this here is 1 box. But then if you can see this, this is 1, 2, 3 boxes. So 3 high. 1 over, 3 high. Okay? And we can probably, if we do this right, yep, look, we can make another one. And then another one. So this line has a growth triangle of 3, 1. So let me show you how to write that. To write growth, we have to do something that's called rise over run. I want you to think of a squirrel running up a tree, right? So let's draw ourselves a little tree. Happy little trees. There's my tree, right? And I have a squirrel that is running. This is my squirrel, don't judge. He is running across the ground to the tree, right? Running primarily is done horizontally across the ground, right? Yes, you can run up inclines, but for the most part, you do running side to side. You do not run up and down, right? When the squirrel is running up the tree, he's rising. So this is vertical. This is your rise. This is your run. So in this case, 1 is our run and 3 is our rise. When we're finding growth, what we do is we take the rise, which is 3, and we take 1, which is the run, and we put them over each other. So our growth in this case is 3 over 1. Okay? So 3 divided by 1 is what? Hopefully you said it's 3. Think of it this way. If you had 3 cookies and no friends, how many cookies would you eat? Probably all 3. So it's a 3. Okay? So our growth in this case is 3. Now to find our beginning. So this is pretty easy, but for some reason every year people have problems with it. So let me try to explain this in a different way, and then hopefully you guys will also think it's easy. The beginning is wherever we have figure 0. Or 0 in this case. And where we find 0 is on our axes, right? Anything that's on the y-axis, the coordinate is going to look like that. Anything on the x-axis, the coordinate's going to look like that. If there's 0 in the coordinate, it's directly on the axis. Okay. To find the beginning, we need to find what's called a y-intercept. Who can tell me, what does intercept mean? Now, if you're in football, you may have just said intercept means that, you know, you're running, intercept the ball. You got the ball, right? Intercept means the exact same thing in math. The y-axis is running, intercepts the line. Or you can think of the line. Running, intercepts the y-axis. Wherever the line crosses the y-axis, that is your beginning, because it's 0. Beginning. Okay, so in this case, the beginning looks to be -1. Oh, I apologize for that. Okay, so -1. So our beginning is equal to -1. So we take that. I know this is a lot of writing. What's important is this and this. We're going to take that. We're going to stick it into our rule format. So m, I'm going to replace with my growth, which is 3. So 3x. See how I've literally just replaced m with 3. And then we're going to replace b with beginning, so a -1. And we can rewrite that as 3x minus 1, because if you remember, a negative and a minus are the exact same thing. Okay, so that is literally just replaced m with 3, so my beginning, or my growth, sorry. And then b, which is my beginning, I've literally just replaced with a -1. That's it, guys. That's all there is to it. So we're going to do a couple more of these. Let's find one a little farther away. Let's do 8. Okay. So, just like we talked about, we need to find our growth triangle and do our rise over run. We're going to bring our squirrel back. Okay. So what we're going to do is I have 2 dots here. I'm going to connect them. So I have 3. 1, 2, 3, right? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. This is my squirrel running up the tree, and the run is my squirrel running across the ground. So my rise here in this case is 7, and my run is 3. Can you divide 7 by 3 evenly? No. I'm going to recommend to you, don't make this into a decimal. It's just going to be annoying in the long run. Leave it like this. I will explain why tomorrow. Just take my advice. Leave it as a fraction. Okay, now to find my beginning, I need to follow my line up. Has my line crossed the y-axis yet? Nope, 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 nope. Bingo! I crossed the y-axis, and it looks like I crossed at 3. That's my beginning. So, we're going to take our blank rule, mx plus b, and we're going to fill in growth and beginning. So y equals, my growth is 7 over 3. So we're literally just going to replace m with 7 over 3. And then my beginning is 3. So just replace b with 3. And boom, we're done. That's it. Not too hard, right? Okay, if you think you understand this, feel free to move on. If you want to see one more, then we will do one more. I'm trying to figure out. Okay. So feel free to leave. I'm just going to do one more just for people who seem to be a little confused. Okay? So we're going to do 7. We're going to find our growth again. Growth equals rise over run. So make our growth triangle. We have 1, 2, and then I want you to notice something. You see here where I go over and up? Here I'm going down and over. Because I have to go down, this is a negative. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a negative 6. Okay? So when I fill out my rise over run, it's a negative 6 over 2. Negative 6 divided by 2 is what? Hopefully you said negative 3. So this is my growth. Then my beginning, we take our line, we follow it up, 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 boom. We hit it right there. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it looks like our beginning is at 5. So let's fill in our format here. We have y equals -3 is our growth. And then our beginning is 5. And that's it, we're done. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, please come and ask me or Ms. Schmidt, and we can explain this to you. Otherwise, today should be really quick and easy. You just have about 5 or 6 of these graphs just to find the rule for, and then you're done. Have a great day, guys.